Good morning, everybody. We're almost at Christmas. Father Christmas is on his way. He's loading up his sleigh, and the Rudolph are ready. Well, the Rudolph and the reindeers are ready. I hope you've managed up to tie up all your loose ends ready for Christmas, and that business has done well for you this year. So I just wanted to come on and do a little live. Excuse me, with a huge frog in my throat. Wanted to come on and do a little live just about my business book writing course, which begins on the 8th of January, which is actually my dad's birthday. So it feels kind of like a special day. My dear dad's birthday is the day we'll be starting to achieve great things in 2024. There's only 8 places on the course, and the early bird offer ends today, which means that the people who sign up by the end of today, excuse me, will receive a free business book planning journal, and they'll also get a free 1 hour discovery call with me to really hone in on what their goals and objectives are for their business book, and what they're looking to achieve, perhaps what their content might be if they're not too sure about what they want to put in their business book. So those are some really good incentives to get in quick. Plus, there's only a couple of places left now. I've had really good interest for the course, and really looking forward to working with you all. So hopefully I can answer any of your questions. I know some people are very busy, particularly people who leave their Christmas shopping to the last minute. I expect you're all frantically dashing around and hoping to finish work early on the Friday so you can get the rest of your shopping done. But I did have a few questions come in on text and email. So I'm going to just answer those for you now. And then if there's any questions that pop up in this session, I can answer them as well. Goodness me. Okay. So, right, here are the questions. So, the business book course starts on the 8th of January. It's a 12-week course through which I will walk you through the book writing process, in which you can then create your own business book that will really elevate your marketing strategy, elevate your credibility, your authority, establish you as a leader in your field. There's still a lot of kudos for published authors, particularly in the business world. You look at all the greats, the great kind of business gurus, they've all got a book. There must be a reason for that. So I will help you to start the process from beginning to end. Some of the most common questions I get asked, or some of the most common challenges I get suggested to me by people who are considering writing a book but actually don't quite know where to start, are firstly, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to get going. Secondly, how am I going to make time for this? Thirdly, how long is it going to take me? And how will I stay accountable? And that's really what the course is all about. It's about setting your goals and objectives. If you don't have a goal or an objective, you're never going to get there, because I've said this so many times, but it's like getting in the car, you don't program your sat nav, you drive around aimlessly for ages, and you're surprised when you don't get to your destination. Nobody does that, do they? So the point of the course is to keep you accountable, to set your goals and objectives, to give you proper targets and deadlines to work towards, that you know where you're going. And when you know where you're going, you're more likely to achieve your goal. Anything in life really is the same, isn't it? If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have some kind of objective or target to aim towards, it's very easy to get lost along the way. So, one of my first questions was, what will the 12 weeks involve? So, the 12 weeks will involve, as I've just kind of briefly mentioned, the first week, it'll be very much about goal setting. What are the goals and visions for your book? What do you want your book to achieve? Is it a lead magnet? Is it to get your message out there? Is it to attract more customers into your funnel? Is it to share a really kind of crucial process of your business, perhaps one particular element of your business? Is it because you want to promote something? Is it because you just want to promote yourself? Or is it because you want to inspire or help others? There could be loads of reasons, one reason, or a combination of all of those. But it's really important to know what your aims and goals are for the book, and that way you can set the tone of your writing. So that brings me on to the next thing that we'll do, is we'll start to think about your ideal reader. So just as in business, you need to think about your ideal customer. If you don't know who your ideal customer is, how are you going to provide what they need? How are you going to address their pains and challenges? How are you going to give them what they're looking for? Give them solutions. Don't forget, a very good friend of mine always says, features tell, benefits sell. So you're looking to provide a solution to a problem. So it's really important that you identify who is your ideal reader, and therefore, again, you can set your tone right. and you can get the pace and the flow and the content of your book just right so that it will appeal to those readers and to those potential customers, really, because this is all about making extra income, creating revenue streams, and also drawing people into your world. So that's what we'll do in the second week. The third and fourth weeks will be really drilling down on your content. So the first thing we do, which is very overwhelming for some people, is we brainstorm everything that you could possibly share in your book. And when we do that, you'll sometimes get to a point where you think, oh my goodness, there's so much, or not enough. Very rarely is it not enough. It's usually too much. And sometimes I might say to you, do you know what? That's 2 books. Or it's too broad. You need to kind of niche down on what your actual message is. So we look at all of the content that you could share, and then we start to hone that down into chapter headings. So what could you put in each chapter? How could you streamline your content so that you've got a clear, cohesive flow and structure of your book? So we'll be thinking about the structure of your book. Then we'll be doing things like timing your writing speed, setting targets and deadlines so that you know, okay, so well, your deadline is going to be 12 weeks. So how are you going to get the book done in that 12 weeks? What kind of timetable are you going to set? When are you going to fit the writing in? How are you going to commit to that project to make sure that you get it done? That's what we're doing in the next few weeks. And then really the weeks after that, we'll be meeting weekly to guide you through that process. That's why there's only 8 places available on this course. I want you to really get bespoke help that's relevant to your business. I think all of us, we've been on courses where you get loads of helpful advice. You think, yeah, that's great. I could, but how does it actually relate to me and my business? Sometimes it's a bit too generic. I don't want this to be like this. I want it to be really specific to your business, to your challenges, to your customers, what it is you're wanting to provide. So I walk you through the writing process as you go along. There's the opportunity for you to be in a private Facebook group and also a WhatsApp group. So if in between the weekly sessions you think, I'm really stuck, I want to do some writing, but I don't quite know how to move forward. I don't know if I've covered this correctly. I don't know what to write. I'm a little bit stuck. You can just pop your questions in the group and then you'll get an answer in real time, which will help you to just keep moving. The point of this course is just to keep you moving forward, to keep you accountable, and to help you and to support you and motivate you on your way. The other thing is, because you're in a small group, everybody ends up supporting each other and motivating each other, which is lovely. So that's what the course will entail. Within the course as well, that we'll do a bonus session on book covers and think about how your book cover attracts your reader. And I can help you with designing that if that's something that you would need help with. We'll also have a session on your marketing plan. So really, the success of your book, like the success of anything in your business, is going to hinge quite heavily on the way that you market it. So we'll be creating a marketing plan that you can start to put out there, start to action whilst you're writing your book. So you can be doing the 2 things in tandem. By the time your book launches, or it's getting ready to launch or getting ready to publish, then your marketing will be well underway and you've kind of built that buzz amongst your clients and amongst your future customers. So that's really what the process entails. And along the way, lots of motivation and accountability. If you don't have accountability when you're writing a book or when you're doing anything really, it's much harder, isn't it? It's much easier when you have a target, you have some accountability, you have a check-in, and you're able to kind of chart your progress and track you as you go along. And you'll get a copy of my book writing journal planner, which has just been published, for you to record all of this and to help you kind of track your thoughts and really kind of streamline the process. And there's some planning templates and other things like that in here. So that's what the 12 weeks will involve. How many Zooms are there? So there will be 12 Zooms, one each week. Because it's a small group, what I'm hoping we can do is find a mutually convenient time for everybody. So if that's an evening or an early morning, I'm happy to accommodate people. Obviously, we'll have to compromise a little bit because we've got 8 people to accommodate. But hopefully that shouldn't be too hard. The Zooms will be recorded and you can watch them on replay, but I would highly recommend you attend live because that way you can ask your questions in real time and also you can really be held accountable. If you don't commit to the Zooms, how are you going to commit to your project? I've done courses where I've really had to juggle things around and move things about and sacrifice things to attend the course. But my view is if you're committed to the course and you want to do it and you want to achieve what I want to help you achieve, which is to get your book planned and written in 12 weeks, then you've got to commit. And that includes committing to the Zoom calls as well as the writing process. So I would recommend, highly recommend you attend live. And as I say, there's only a few of us, so I'm hoping we can find a time that suits everybody. And I'm very flexible about when that is. I want you to succeed. I want you to get the most out of this. I want you to get to the end of the 12 weeks and go, good grief, I can't believe I've written my book. Oh, the next question is, do I need to do anything before the 8th to prepare? Not really. If once you're signed up, the people who've already signed up have already got their business book planning journal. I know Chrissy posted a little story. Chrissy Monahan posted a little story the other day of her holding her book planning journal. I've got a proof copy here. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the business planning journal. You can see it there, and it's got all of the templates and planning sheets and notes and diary sections and planning grids in there for you. So that would be really good. If you haven't taken advantage of the early bird offer and have received one of these free in the post, excuse me, you will be able to buy one of those. So if you want to prepare, it wouldn't be a bad idea to purchase one of those. And I'll put the link to that in the comments in a moment when the live is finished. A good idea for you to have one of those because it's a good place to keep all of your notes centralized. If you're anything like me, sometimes when I do a course, I get so excited, I write all of my bits down on different scraps of paper. So I've now created a notebook where I only do my own CPD, where I only do write things about time that I've invested in myself or courses that I've enrolled on, because otherwise you end up with notes in a million places. And the good thing about the journal is it's quite structured, so it kind of talks you through the steps of the course. So the only thing I would say that you need to do for the 8th of January is to get yourself a business book planning journal if you'd like one, or a notebook of some kind to keep all of your notes in one place. And then I will be sending out emails and messages. I'll be creating the Facebook group. I'll be creating the WhatsApp group, and I'll be inviting the people who've joined into that group so that they can be kept up to date with what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, and when the first session will be. The first session will be on the 8th of January, and I'll be posting out what time that will be. And then that will be the introductory session. You'll get an introductory welcome email and, as I say, notes in the WhatsApp and Facebook group before the course starts, just to let you know that we're raring and ready to go. So what you need is a great idea about your business. You've probably got loads of that already. If you're running a business, you know what you're doing. Don't consider yourself anything other than the expert in your field. So come armed with enthusiasm, with lots of things about your business that you'd like to share. If it's loads and you feel like it's too much, don't worry, because as I say, we will hone that down and we'll make sure you've got a usable amount of content, a really good notebook or my journal, and a pen, and a nice bit of commitment, dedication, and a bit of enthusiasm will go a great long way. But you don't need to do much else. Once you're in the groups, you'll be kept up to date regularly with what you need. Oh, and that other question was what happens on the 8th and when. So the 8th will be the first session, and you will get details of what question that somebody sent me, and that was, what will happen if I don't finish in the 12 weeks? Now, I would strongly advise that you commit to the 12 weeks and you get it done in the 12 weeks. The last thing I want you to do is leave this course with a project that's unfinished and hanging over your heads. Although I have got one lady joining who lives in a different country, and sometimes her internet connection is a bit dodgy. So if she has to miss a couple of Zooms, and she's got a few things going on that might impede her progress a little bit. So if you don't finish within the 12 weeks, don't worry, I will still be available to help you. I'm not going to just cut you dead after the 12 weeks. If you still need a couple of bits more support, or you need a couple of weeks more support, or you want to still be able to ask questions, I'm not going in anywhere. I want you to succeed. I want you to get your book done, and I want you to get your book out there, and I want you to create something that you're proud of. So if it does overrun a little bit and you, for whatever reason, because sometimes we know life just happens, I'm not advocating that you take longer than the 12 weeks, but if there is a little bit of wrapping up after the 12 weeks, it's fine. I'll still be here to help you, and I'm still more than happy to answer your questions. One of the other questions that I got asked was about publishing. I do run a hybrid publishing house. So if when your book is written and ready to publish, I can give you advice on how to get your book published. My publishing house is a hybrid house, but I'll also give you pointers on self-publishing and traditional publishing, and then it's up to you which path you choose. I don't believe in coercing people into following a particular route. Every author's journey is slightly different, but I will give you the information and then you can make an informed decision about what you want to do and what's right for you. So I'll be giving you lots of tips about publishing along the way and how you can get your book out there once it's finished. I think that was all of the questions actually. I hope that's been useful. I hope that if you watch this on replay and you do have a question that you feel that you can just pop it in the comments, please do that. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm more than happy to help out. The early bird offer, as I say, ends before midnight, by midnight tonight. So if you want to jump in on the early bird, then please do get in touch. You can get in touch via my website, which I'll put the details for that in the comments as well. You can sign up to the course on the website, or alternatively, you can get in touch and book a call with me. So if you wanted to speak to me one-on-one and just say, I've got a few little things I wanted to iron out. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be right for me, or I'm not quite sure whether I can commit to this, or what would you suggest I do about my content? Any kind of questions really to do with your business book, get in touch. And if you want to call and to chat it through, be more than happy to do that for you and to help you make the best decision for you. I'm a huge believer in you making the best decision for you and for your business. It's got to be right for you. Otherwise, you won't commit and you won't invest in it. So you've got to be happy with the decisions you make. So all that leaves for me to do is to say, I wish you a really, really very happy, peaceful Christmas and a prosperous new year. I'll see some of you in the new year, and hopefully a couple more will be joining us. And we'll be a very merry little band of writers ready to create great things in the first quarter of 2024. I can't believe I'm saying 2024. The year has flown by. So by the end of March, just think your book will be finished and ready to go. I mean, how amazing is that? What a great achievement. And you'll have 3 more quarters of the year to promote it, to benefit from the huge marketing opportunities it provides you, and to get on with all the other visions and goals you've got for your business. So to get it away and done and finished in that first quarter, what a wonderful achievement. And I promise you, I've written 14 books now, and it never, ever doesn't feel great when a book comes through your door with your name on it, proudly displayed as the author. It's a wonderful feeling and a really great achievement. My lovely friend Zoe Cairns has just published her book, Beyond the Feed. If you're looking for some marketing advice, I would strongly recommend you buy that. She's just got bestseller status for her book on Amazon, and she did hers in, I would say, just under 12 weeks. And when she started, she's like, Karen, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I've got the time, but I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You have got the time if you find the time. And if you set targets and small kind of steps and objectives along the way, writing a 30,000 word book seems like a huge hill to climb. You think, oh my God, I'm never going to get that done. But when you break it into 10 chapters of 3,000 words, it doesn't feel so bad, does it? So I'm here to keep you accountable, to help you concentrate on the steps rather than the mountain, and to get you towards your goal. I hope to see you all in January. If you've got any questions, post them in the comments. If you'd like a chat, again, just DM me or get in touch via my website, which I'll put the address to that in the comments, and I'll be happy to help you. So stay in touch. Happy Christmas and see you all in the new year. Take care.